Hi, I'm Doug Moore, Evangelical. Please take a moment to like, share and subscribe the video. Have a look at my links and please take a look at my other videos if you're interested. So tonight I've watched the vigil for the two dogs, Marshall and Millions, who were killed by the Met Police at the weekend. I'm a little bit sad that I couldn't make it there. It was difficult to get there today for myself. However, I watched it with a sense of frustration. The speeches seemed to miss the mood, I thought. So just talking from my heart, what I would have liked to have heard said was something more like this. So on Sunday, the Met Police did exactly what we've come to expect of them. They executed two dogs and then they lied about it. So we know Met officers have been shown to be racist, sexist, homophobic, rapists, kidnappers, murderers, domestic abusers, paedophiles, thugs, and their colleagues often complicit in this. They've shared deeply offensive images and messages on WhatsApp and other media. They're regularly subject to internal disciplines and not prosecuted for offences that you or I would be in court for. They hide, falsify and lose evidence on a regular basis. In short, they're a disgrace and they must be disbanded. In this country, like the government, the police are policing by consent. The government govern by consent. And just like this Tory government, the police, certainly the Met Police, have lost our consent. We no longer consent to allow these thugs, bullies and horrific criminals to police us. Just like we don't any longer accept these corrupt politicians from the Tory party to govern us. So what about the dogs and what it should be really about tonight? The dogs are alleged to have attacked a woman and her dog. I mean, I've seen some videos apart from the main one that shows the execution of the two dogs, and I've yet to see any evidence presented to verify the claim by the police that the dogs had attacked this woman and or her dog. They've stated no one went to hospital. I'd like them to show, if they can prove, some footage or anything, any photographs that show injuries to the woman and or her dog. They have had days to do this now and they still haven't done it. They could have calmed down all the aggro and disquiet on social media, but they haven't done it. And why haven't they done it? I'd argue that they haven't done it because they haven't got that evidence. The footage that most people have seen shows two frightened and leashed dogs, deliberately executed by a trigger-happy police officer. They should have been approached calmly and the police should have investigated the claims. They could then have approached the guy at a more appropriate time and place and questioned him about it instead of doing what they did. I don't need to give too many details. You can access the video quite easily on all the social medias, and it's pretty traumatic to see, and the public who witnessed it were very upset, obviously. Sadly, the Met Police, who are renowned for their appalling behaviour, as I listed above, have been emboldened by this Tory government. This Tory government who've just passed legislation which gives police ridiculous powers akin to 1930s Germany. It's ridiculous. They're overreaching their powers, and it's been made So easy for them to do so by this corrupt Tory government. So if we want change, we must demand that the Met Police is disbanded, and we must demand that the Tories are kicked out now. Their last 2 prime ministers weren't even elected. What is going on with this country? When are people going to wake up and realise that the Tories are ruining us? It is not acceptable what they're doing. This latest bill, if Labour don't quash it if and when they get in, and I'm not a Labour supporter, by the way, I'm a Green, but if Labour get in, which I hope they do because we need the Tories out, and they do not quash this crime and disorder bill, then they are just as bad as the Tories. They've got to get rid of it. I'm sick to death of people in the vegan movement saying, I don't do politics. Well, start to do politics, because you need to, because if you don't do politics, things like this happen. And it brings to mind Pastor Niemöller and his poem. So look that up, because first they came for, etc., the socialists, the Jews, the trade unionists, the Christians. They came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. I'm not quoting the poem verbatim, obviously, I'm just saying it from some of the lines from memory, but that is exactly what's happening to this country right now. They are going for people, and we are not standing up for them because we don't like to be political. Get political, get active, get the Tories out, and get the Met Police crushed and disbanded, because they do not deserve our consent. They do not deserve to police us, and this Tory government stinks to high heaven, and they should be kicked out as soon as possible.